All right, so this is the review questions. So the data file we have is employment records. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And this is a list worksheets, list of employee names and all those information all the way to annual salary and health plan each employee has and age. So we're going to work on those columns of blanks, which is life insurance premium, 401k, retirement plan, bonus, and all the way. I'm not sure we're going to put every, I think we're going to just fill out only some of them, not all the way, okay? So we're going to use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, if, for example, so that's what we're going to work on. So first of all, let me make sure there's no Excel table, okay? So we're going to save it as employment, followed by your last name, and make sure in the lists, worksheets, and we're going to format some of those columns, for example, the date. So hire date, column C is not formatted like a date, so we go ahead and click number format and make it short date format. Then same thing with birth date, column D, and make it short date. And on one more thing, annual salary, column J, we're going to make it accounting number format. So there you go. So that was a step 3. Step 4, insert an Excel table, right? So we're going to move on to insert tab. Table is 1, 2, 3 from the left in the toolbar. Then just don't change anything, click OK. So this entire area now becomes a table. So we're going to give a table name in the table name box as a master data. One word, no space between, and press enter. All right. So that was step 4. So if you have any questions, you can stop me anytime. Step 5. Now we're going to move to one of those blanks, which is life insurance premium. So we're going to determine the premium based on, in this example, the age. Okay, so age is the condition. So age is greater than or equals to 40, then it'll give you 0.3% multiplied by annual salary. Otherwise, meaning, less than 40 years, you get only 0.1%. So how are you going to show that? Using if equals f, opening parenthesis, then age is located in, where is age? Oh, right beside it. M2, so you can either type it in or just select M2, comma, M2 greater than or equals to 40, comma, so that indicates first variable in the parentheses. Then what's going to happen if it's satisfying? Then you're going to take annual salary, which is I2, multiplied by 0.3%. Okay. I think I have too many zeros, 0.3%. Otherwise, meaning it is not satisfying the 40 year, less than 40 years, then you get only 0.1%, right? And closing parenthesis and press enter. All right, so you return the premium based on our if function. Is the formula view. As you can see, age is the factors greater than or equals to 40, comma, then you give a whatever the results, which is 0.3% of the sales annual excuse me, annual salary. Otherwise, you get 0.1% of annual salary. All right, next, step 7. Well, there's step 6 using if or. Well, I think I just decided not to do that one. So we'll just move on to H lookup using bonus, in bonus column. So in bonus column, we're going to use H lookup based on lookup area is now lookup worksheets in this area, which is E5 to H6. Right, so that's what we're going to use. Well, we can name this area, right? Name this area and set it as H lookup rather than, using E5 to H6. So that's another way we can do. But anyway, we're going to follow the direction. Step 7 equals H lookup. And using, let me get out of this formula view. Okay. So we're going to use the pay grade, right? So here we go. H lookup. Pay grade is at H2. So either type it in H2 or just select H2, comma, then the lookup range is located in lookup worksheets, which is E5 to H6. Don't forget insert absolute cell reference to the E5, H6 so that we can autofill all the way down. Comma, then row number is 2, which is the second row that is going to retrieve, comma, false because this is exact a match, which is there's only 1-to-1 possibility. Press enter. Then first two, as you can see, first two return error not applicable because pay grade is not one of those 1, 2, 3. So that's why it's giving error. Otherwise, it will give you all the answers. Column P. So here we go again. The formula looks like this. All right, next, step 8, which is using VLOOKUP this time. So we're going to use a VLOOKUP range located here in lookup worksheets based on plan each employee's selected. So plan is at K2. Okay. There we go. VLOOKUP. I'm going to just type it in K2 this time rather than select it. Then go to lookup area. From there, then I'm going to insert absolute cell reference, then comma, column number 2, the end false. Let's make sure it is correct. Yeah, because some of them has none, so it'll show as a 0. Others just return whatever the value Okay, looks fine. Next, a word column, which is column R. We're going to use nested if. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to use this time number of years served in the company. So here we go. Right here, W2X area, we have 10 to 14 years, and then you're going to award it $1,000, 6 to 9, 800, all the way to less than 1 year, then you get nothing. So it is not lookup function, it is a if function. So this is just reference that you're going to use, not as a part of syntax, but you're going to make out of syntax using these categories by using if. So this one is a little bit tricky, so let's get to work. Equals if number of years served, where is it located? L2, right? So just I'm going to use L2 rather than select the cell. L2 is greater than or equals to 10. So you're going to pick it up from the highest to lowest so that if function will properly works. Okay. Then it's going to return x3, which is 1,000. So rather than typing in actual number, you're thinking we better just refer to the cell reference, which is x3. Again, don't forget about the absolute cell reference. Comma. So if we'll look further, this a particular number is not satisfying, meaning, less than 10, it'll keep going into next if, which is if L2 greater than or equals to 6 this time, then it's going to return 800, which is x4. Then moving forward, still it's not, within the range, then look for L2 greater than 3 years. Then it's going to return x5 with absolute cell reference, comma, one more time. If the number is not still in the, range, then L2 is testing whether it is greater than 1. I think I forgot to enter equals. Equals right here too. Comma, then it's going to return x6. Oops, where's my x6 go? Then last one, we don't have to open another one because there's only one left, so it's going to return x7 if the number is 0. Closing 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So you need to close those 4 parentheses at the end because it opens up 4 times in the beginning. So let's see. All right, so we got some numbers returned. Let's check those numbers are correct. 6 years, 802, 357 years. I think it looks good. Zero, what is the 0? Stone 0. All right, I think it is correct. All right, so that's the formula for the if in a word. All right, let's move on to next. This time we're going to go to our summary worksheets. And this is about using some of those newer functions like COUNTIF, AVERAGEIF, SUMIF. So what's going to happen is we're going to count those number of items appear with location in Atlanta. I think there's a misspell, but that's fine. I mean, it was misspelled in the original worksheets. So anyway, so it's going to count a location, Austin, home, and all the way. Then same thing here. We're going to find the average salary for location in Atlanta, Austin, home, all the way. And same thing with the total salary. We're going to use the SUMIF to find the total for each location. Okay. So we're going to use, again, the list worksheets. So we're going to go back and forth. All right. So let's do it. Equals COUNTIF. From lists, then we're going to select the location column, which is column F, entire F. So I'm going to click all the way to the top, comma. Then you need to show it is a location, specific location name, either type it in or select the cell containing the word, the location of the city. In this example, I'm going to select B4, which is containing the word Atlanta. Then here only one appears. Same thing, you can do this COUNTIF for the Austin and all the way, but we can always autofill and see what happens. There you go. So it works with autofill because Excel will understand the pattern, then just increase by 1, so B6, B7, B8. All right. So that's the COUNTIF. And AVERAGEIF, SUMIF has one more variable in the parentheses. So you need to pay attention a little bit close. AVERAGEIF from list, select column F at the top, comma, back to our summary. Then you're going to select the location, specific location, which is B4, comma. Then you need to go back to, again, list worksheets to select annual salary so that Excel will calculate the sum. Annual salary is at J. There you go. Right. So since we have first one, we can autofill all the way down. So only thing you change is cell reference, which is B4, B5, all the way to B7. All others are exactly the same. So it works good. And SUMIF for the column E. And again, we're going to select location, comma, back to summary, then select B4, comma, and back to lists, then select annual salary, which is J, column J, and there you go. Then we're going to autofill this guy all the way down. Okay. All right, so far so good. So that was step 11. Okay, step 12, 13 is asking about pivot table. So pivot table is hard to ask question about pivot table. Well, you can always just say whatever you want to say to create a pivot table, but for students who try to create a pivot table without actually looking at some screenshot or sample, it's not easy. Okay, so that's why I have it screenshot. So that I think I'll do the same thing. The actual Proctor you test, give you a screenshot, and you're going to make it exactly as it is, just like a step 12 and 13. All right, anyway, to create a pivot table, so starting from list worksheets, right? So you work on these worksheets, then you go to Insert tab to create a pivot table. Let me check. Oh, okay, that's fine. All right, Insert tab, a pivot table is the first icon in the toolbar from the left. Then you either want to create a new worksheets or existing worksheets. Sometimes just people want to put pivot table onto existing worksheets, but we're going to create a new worksheets. Okay, so click OK. Then it opens up new worksheet name 1. So as you can see, there you go. On the right side, available columns that you can select. The main work area, that's where a pivot table will give you all this, layout, depending on how you're going to select from the right side. So if you look at, well, it also gives you a prompt, what you need to do. Probably just looking at screenshot is quicker. So as you look at, it says you're going to select employee ID, location, and annual salary. That's basically what it says in the prompt. Okay, so I'm going to select employee ID, location, annual salary. Oops, annual salary. Those 3, right? Well, we are lucky that it gives you, the same layout like screenshot, but sometimes it may not be the case. Maybe just going in different way, like the other way around. Okay, that's something you may have in the screenshot. But so you need to try this. Try where this particular column will located, either row section or column section or value section, which is calculating numbers. Okay, but anyway, in our example, column B is supposed to be counting number of employees, as you can see in the screenshot. So you need to make this sum of employee ID, which doesn't make sense. Employee ID cannot count, right? You only cannot sum. That's what I mean. You can only count IDs, but you don't have to add ID numbers, right? So you need to change it to a count function so that it'll give you how many employees are there. So that's what we are doing here. And also you want to change this label, which is P3. So you want to show it as a number of employees rather than count of employees ID. Then you go ahead here in the values, the particular column shows, then you change the value field settings. And over here in the custom name, there's the label so that you can type it in as a number of employees. Okay. So that's the first pivot table. Then we're going to save it as whatever it says. It says pivot table 1. That's the these worksheets will have the name. All right. Next, again, starting from the lists, we're going to work on second pivot table, insert. pivot table. No worksheets. Okay. This time we're going to select hire dates, job status, annual salary. So that's basically what this screenshot shows, and the prompt also talk about that. So hire date, job status, annual salary. Okay, those three. All right. So what it says is you need to show only the month on the row side, row labels. If you look at screenshot, we have only January, February, March, all the way, right? But over here, we got all those year 1999. Then we have a quarter. We got all kinds of things within, kind of tree structure. So we want to remove all that and make it only month, okay? So if you look at the row section right here, you got year and all that. So we're going to remove all those except month, okay? How we're going to just throw out of here, leave the month. The job status will be there. Yeah, job status, go to column. Yeah, there you go. The month in rows, columns, we have job status and values so that annual salary will be calculated using sum. And the sum or average. Yeah, the sum. Okay, so there you go. And we have one more thing. We can add a pivot chart. Pivot chart is right here in the toolbar. So right under Analyze tab, then you have a pivot chart in the toolbar. Click that, then you select whichever type of chart, but column chart. So click OK, and there you go. Right? Then you can show this the right side of pane so that it is shown in the result, or other times you can show the entire area. Yeah, what they call field lists. All right, so that's a pivot table. Actually, in the workplace, I know pivot table is very useful. Just people use pivot table all the time. So that's kind of handy. All right. Next, step 14 is just asking, just insert your name and whatever random data into lists at the bottom, just to make, just as a, random activity. And step 15, and insert your name. And step 16, we have PMT function. That's one of function from, I believe, project 3. So project 3 was about using PMT function, payment function. Okay, so that's something we have. So let's just try to solve this. So I just copy that into new sheets so that we can work on. Then we can remove this format, I guess. All right, here we go. I'll just So here's what we have. We have a scenario to pay off your loan. So loan payment calculation. And assuming you have whatever amount that you're going to borrow. So let's say 1450. So I'm going to make it 6-digit, under 45,000. Okay. And I'm going to just use the same amount all the way down, but we have a different percentage in terms of annual interest, and number of years that you're going to pay back are different. Okay. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to find the monthly payment you're going to pay for, whatever number of years, then the total cost of this particular loan, because you're going to have an interest amount that you need to pay. Then lastly, you have interest amount, which is total cost of the loan minus purchase price, or the present value. Okay. So here we go. So we're going to work on PMT equals PMT. Okay, note that PMT function or other functions like you pay back or you owe some money, it will return negative value. So what people do is just insert negative in front of function, so that what you get is positive number. Well, some people probably don't mind, you don't mind working with negative number, but if you try to use that number to do other calculation, then you end up confusing, negative, positive, and all that. So that's why you want to use negative in front of PMT. All right, then here we go. Within PMT, you need to show interest rate first. However, this is monthly payment. Okay, just like a credit card, companies are charging you, right? Even they charge you daily interest rate, right? Divide by 365, so that they get more money than using monthly interest rate. But anyway, we are doing monthly, so you need to take annual interest rate divided by 12. Okay, so that will give you monthly interest rate, comma. Then you need to show the total month of this loan, which is 25 years, multiply by 12, right? So that's the total month or total period, comma. Then the purchase price or the loan amount, right, which is B2. That's it. You have other options you can do, but that's the basic syntax that you can enter into PMT function. And there you go. That's the amount you're going to pay monthly for 25 years. The rest of it, we're going to autofill because it's basically same formula. There you go. That's the formula view. Then total cost of loan. All right, now we have monthly payment. So total cost of this loan will be monthly payment multiplied by total periods or total month, right? So here we go. Equals E2 times 25 times 12. So that's the total cost of this loan. Then interest amount, that's the difference between total cost and the original amount you borrowed, right? Assuming there are no other fees. Okay, there you go. Any questions so far? No questions. Okay.
I have one question actually.
Yes.
So for pivot table, where I tried to create the second pivot table, instead of my months being on a horizontal axis, they're on the vertical. Like, does that matter or?
It is matter. You need to create as a screenshot shows. Okay, so here we go. Where's my pivot table? Here we go. So over here, that's what you mean?
Yes.
So this is what you mean you got like that?
So I got the same data values, but instead of my months being on the horizontal axis, they're on the vertical axis.
So they're like this, right? Can you see this?
Oh, I mean for the chart.
Oh, chart.
Like for the
Mine was the same way.
Okay.
Because it said
Sure.
to do a bar graph, not a column graph.
Yeah.
So
I
mine
guess.
were going like outward, like instead of up and down, if that makes sense.
Well, you can always change it. I think I overlooked it. Just go to chart type bar right here. Yeah, that's the bar. Right? Yeah, so this is the bar chart, and the one you see in screenshot, that's the column chart.
I thought you were just trying to trick us, honestly.
No. No, my mistake. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that's what mine looks like.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure, it is identical with prompt, question, and the screenshot. All right. Thank you for the question. I think one more thing in the review I was talking about was, where did it go? Let me see. Yeah. Combining two columns into one column and split one column to two columns. That was appeared somewhere in the textbook. I think it's like module 7, module 6, but I'm not sure. I don't think that's good one because you can easily create new one, or you can easily combine manually without using. But if I ask you to do so, then I'm going to ask you to use, that's again, I think in module 6, ask you to combine, here we go. Combine two columns into one. Here's the example. So name, first name, last name. We want to combine into I'm talking about column D. Okay, combine into the single column. Last name followed by first name. Okay. And again, that was appear in module 6, but that might be appear in the actual tests. But just remember that the syntax is just cell reference, ampersand, and double quotes. I think I'm going to make it bigger. Here, double quotes and comma so that B1, which is Stovall, last name appears, attach whatever comes after, which is comma. Then right after comma, actually there's a space between. Right here, there's a one space. So that you have last name, comma, a space followed by first name. Okay. One can make it two spaces. Then after comma and space, attach the cell A1. So that's what this formula will do, so that your name will appear in the single column from two columns, last name, comma, followed by first name. Like this.